Global 13 The Cut, we are here to discuss breaking news regarding 6ix9ine's release, and that is the hot topic going on right now, in addition to the terrible coronavirus pandemic. Free, I'm going to pass you the mic, homie, because you had to keep me posted with this.
It's an unfortunate story in the culture, you know what I mean? The whole situation of Tekashi 6ix9ine, of course, and the trials and tribulations he and the gang members that were protecting him have had with law enforcement, you know, in New York City, and a bunch of people doing a lot of time, football numbers, you know, double digits. And he didn't have to do that time because he cooperated with authorities, you know, basically now leading to an early release due to the corona pandemic. So basically, you have a lot of guys in, you know, jail right now because he, you know, cooperated during the coronavirus pandemic. They're still there. You know, they got to serve their time. Hopefully, you know, everything's all good with them inside, because we're starting to learn that the virus is hitting inside, you know what I mean, these prisons and things of that nature. And but 6ix9ine walks free. And this is a topic, conversation that has been a hot one since he actually took the stand, since he got locked up, since they got locked up. And it's a lot of mixed feelings about it, which I was surprised about. You know, the way you hear a lot of urban entertainers talk about snitches and, you know, how bad they are and this and that. You kind of also have rappers saying, you know what, I still do a song with him. And I don't really, you know, I charge that one to the game. He's a kid, you know. They keep calling him a kid. You know, it kind of disturbs me when I hear it, because I know that if he was of African American descent and he was a snitch, they wouldn't have cared how old he was. You know what I mean? I know guys, you know, 15, 16 years old jumped off a subway train because some kids at school thought that they told someone in school, not even law officers, principals. You know what I mean? He almost got beat to death for that. So the whole kid argument stuff, I don't know where that comes from, but I know when one brother thinks another brother's a snitch, it's a serious thing. I rarely hear, you know, hey, you know, he's a kid, man, it's all good. I rarely hear that.
Give him a pass.
You know, so it's kind of funny to me what's going on with this gentleman right here. I can't really call it.
You know, as always, I have to agree. I don't, and again, not to put an emphasis on advocating, you know, what you should do when you're placed in a situation. However, let's just take it back to how it all went down. And in the court, in the transcripts, I mean, to just revisit that circus, if you will, to the point where there were memes like, who's going to tell on today? You know, it was a lot. It was more than what was even necessary. And then, you know, yes, it is bad in the prisons right now. And I talked about a podcast that I was talked about. I mentioned that because that's overlooked as well. Initially, going into prison, your health and safety is not their number one priority. Well, let me say this. There are safety measures put in place. However, things slip through the cracks. And this is something that can't even be seen. So clearly, it's going to slip through and affect you. I read that he had asthma, so he was able to get the release. And he'll serve the remainder of his sentence, I'm assuming, on house arrest. Let me take a look. But yeah, there's a lot of people with issues in prison, from mental to emotional, as well as underlying physical sickness and or diseases. And the fact that no type of waiting period, just a great, I don't know. And then for him to be, I did see something saying, oh, If he goes live, that'll be the best thing ever. How is that the best thing ever? But I'm not understanding how we're celebrating somebody that, make no mistake, if I'm not a, didn't he advocate a certain type of lifestyle or something in his music? And I think that's where the outrage comes from. I wasn't a fan of the music, so correct me if I'm wrong. From what I understand, the lifestyle that he portrayed and put out there advocates kind of along the line of a no snitching. So I don't know why we're excited for him to go live. Like, I just can't get behind that part either.
Absolutely not. And I think that, a lot of people aren't excited for it, but there's a lot that are. Somebody pointed out that this is just a different time. The culture is different. These younger kids, they don't follow those codes. Those codes mean nothing to them. Especially, when you hear people justifying that he wasn't really in a gang. Okay, he wasn't really in a gang, but you guys let him pretend like he was in a gang to the point where people are getting shot at in New York. I think people forget Chief Keef actually got shot at on this guy's order.
Yeah.
And Chief Keef,
yeah,
that's real Chicago gang shit. You know what I mean? And literally, this guy, you telling me he pretended to be that, and y'all took orders from a pretend gangster to shoot at another brother?
Yeah.
This whole story holds so many, fucked up twists and turns. But the biggest thing is, it's almost like, I have to inject race into it. Like, look at Bobby Shmurda. He's still in there, coronavirus or no coronavirus. Why can't Bobby Shmurda be released? You know what I'm saying? This whole thing just, I know 6ix9ine cooperated, Bobby, Rowdy, they would never do no shit like that. But the people that I see giving this dude a pass, I can't believe that when they speak, I can't believe some of these people even speak his name. Like, I can't believe that they even, hey, he's a kid, man. He's a good kid. He got caught up in the wrong. Seriously?
What?
So that means that he got caught up in the wrong shit purposely for a rap career. That means that rap careers are on sale? Like, people don't take this culture serious enough? This is the shit that took, I don't know how many people out of the ghetto, change your parents' lives, change your siblings' lives by enabling you to make money through this shit, and we letting people pretend in it so they could come get a bunch of money, tell on everybody that's really in the street, and then say, hey, he was just a kid in the wrong place at the wrong time. He was in over his head. I just don't get that shit, especially when you see people brains get blown out for less. Your own brother's brains splattered for less. This kid is coming out here with a $10 million record deal. They already got it on the table for him. 10 mil. That should show every brother in the rap game how expendable they are. Because I don't see people offering them type of chips when people come home often.
I've never heard it in my life. Often, I've never heard of it in my life. Pop Smoke, just rest in peace, and may he rest in peace, just got taken out they didn't even reveal what all it was, but allegedly home invasion at a party. Are you serious? I just...
It's bad. And it's bad.
And to go back to it says supervise and community service. Community service. Supervise and community service. 300 hours of community service. Supervise release, whatever that may detail. Nobody can go anywhere.
If you're a snitch in your neighborhood, you can't even walk down the street. You can get killed.
Yeah.
My whole thing about this is, listen, if that's the playing field, then make it the playing field for everybody, even the young brothers that, why can't a young brother just, he got caught up in it, man. He really wasn't about that. Let's give Raheem a pass and let him, Because we ain't no need to kill him, man. Them niggas got 15 years, 20 years, but they should have known that he wasn't about that life. So what? Why is this happening for him? I don't get it at all. You got people still calling this dude King of New York, all this crazy shit.
What?
Not to mention, you got real dudes that's now getting into little side beefs about this cat's case. Unbelievable shit that I'm seeing happen right now when it comes to this dude. I mean, and the thing is, you might as well put him in the category as a police officer, because if you touch him, then whoever, they can probably be looking very, very sternly into that. But my point is, you got dudes that go on dummy missions every day. You got guys that go, and again, we're not advocating anything, but
not at all.
It's real hard to believe that people just really want to get this guy a pass. Like, it's almost like they ready for the clown show to begin again. When you knew it was fake from the beginning. When you knew it was fake from the beginning.
You know what? And with you saying that, that's what I'm feeling like right now. Because it's like, okay, let's say he gets out, released, and people don't have time to care, give energy to him. Cool, he was a snitch. We ain't messing with him. But we're giving record deals out. We're excited for him to go live on Instagram. Like, I cannot believe.
It's a smack in the rap culture's face. Straight up.
It really is. It's so disrespectful to a lot of people, especially prior felons whose career is over because they had to go to jail and prison. He's coming out to that. We're celebrating and rewarding somebody for that who advocated it himself. We didn't tell him to come out and say, we want you to be a part of this gang and do this and do that. That was his thing.
That was his thing. He did that.
He did it.
That's the horrible part about it. Now, if Bobby and Rowdy come out, let's see what Black Mogul
who gonna get a deal.
Give them $10 million plus. Because I don't think the people that gave Tekashi was African American. I don't think that's an urban company, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot what company that was. I might be wrong, but I don't think it is. Yeah. Bobby stayed in prison longer, so Rowdy would get a shorter sentence, and they would come out around the same time. Now, if a quote unquote, now again, this is their life. I'm not saying that this shit is the real shit to do and all this. Matter of fact, I don't agree with nobody going to fucking jail. Like, my whole thing is stay away from them cops in jail as best you can. Don't deal with it at all. But if that's the life you live in, that's what we're talking about. So since he kept it so real, right. So since Bobby and Rowdy kept it so real, who's gonna be the African American dude to step up and get them $10 million? The ones that capitalize off this game. Right. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna see. Now giving them a deal and all that, that's cool. Let's see who puts their pocket, and if they line their pockets, it's all well and good. Forget everything I just said about Tekashi getting his money. Because if you give him money away, I'm just saying give it across the board. That's it. But period. That's all I'm saying. Somebody that sat there and gave niggas 15 to 20 years, 8, 7, however many years these dudes was getting, it's a slap in the face to everybody that picks up that microphone and talks about those real street codes and real street nigga this and that and all this. I sat there and watched interviews with dudes having to contemplate whether or not they would do a feature with the dude.
There is no when I'll say this as well. If he's out, then, and I don't remember I don't even remember getting into the whole charges and what I'm not going to get into that. And I know that him and Bobby and other people have different situations. However, I hope, and Kodak Black and all that,
I hope provisions are being made. And I don't know their health conditions. I don't need to know it. But we just saw a post of Kodak Black. We talked about it on one of these shows about Kodak Black having that post and saying he was not being treated fairly, what had been taking place, so health, physical, all of that. And we just saw Jay Prince advocating for conditions of things that were taking place in prisons. So if we're moving forward and we're caring again about inmates, let's make sure we do that across the board. You know what I mean? Period.
That's all I'm saying. This isn't a show against Tekashi 6ix9ine, right? This isn't. Mm-mm. I don't know that man personally. Onyx don't know that man personally. So we don't got nothing against that man. What I'm saying is, for as long as we've been in this music industry, covering it or doing what we do in it, for as long as the people we've been around, hearing music, watching interviews, we never seen nothing like this. No. I never seen nothing like this. I never seen somebody you got dudes that was talking about T.I. was a snitch, all because he did a Crime Stoppers commercial.
Exactly.
All he did was a PSA to keep the cops off his ass where he live at. And they was calling that snitching. This dude got people years in prison. Welcome home, Tekashi 6ix9ine. You know what I mean? Hey, live your life, brother. But damn, if this is not hypocrisy at its finest for some of them, again, it's not him. He did what he needed to do to come home, and he feels like, hey, I'm good with that. He got to live with that. I'm very surprised at some of these people that I'm saying acting like it's some type of joke and who cares and this and that. What? Niggas is getting their brains blown out in the hood on a daily basis. You taking a black man life every single day almost because people think they told that they a snitch or they a rat, kill all rat, all this stuff. I mean, it's probably
he gets to go home he gets to come home to money, a cozy home setting with no repercussions. Again, I'm not hoping anything happens to him. That's not for me. Not. I'm just.
But it's sad that shit happens to the others.
That's right. Let's be fair across the board with whatever is going. We've always been like that. We like a good balance in any and everything, and we like things to be as fair as possible. Life isn't fair. We understand that, but we like things that are just blatant disrespect. That's crazy. I'm off it. We'll see what happens.
I'm off it too. Because the more I talk about it, the more I can't believe it for real. I can't believe it for real. And again, welcome home, brother. It ain't him.
Yeah.
But man, this industry is kind of crazy. Money hungry. Forget all them codes. Forget all them codes these cats is talking about. That shit in and out the man, wow.
Money. Global 14 cut. Welcome home.
Welcome home, brother.